I got another pile of loot from Big Bad Toy Store. This is a really big box. Let's see what's inside. What's up, everybody? So, yeah, I have this big box from Big Bad Toy Store. I have pretty much emptied out my pile of loot. I was waiting for a few figures to become available, which they have, and decided to ship everything that was in my pile. So let's see what's in it. This is a heavy box. There's a lot of plastic goodness in here. So let's check it out. So this pile of loot was definitely a variety of stuff. So let's just get into it. The first one is from McFarlane. It is the 1978 Superman, the movie, Christopher Reeves version. Uh, they did this, or the different Superman, Christopher Reeves version, a little while back. I tried to get that one. I ordered it from Amazon, and what I got was the red platinum version, which is basically dark Superman or bad Superman or whatever, when he, you know, isn't no, he's no longer the Boy Scout. Next, we'll jump over to Hasbro, GI Joe Classifieds, retro carded, and I thought these were cool. These are the Crimson Guard females, so they would definitely look good going with the regular Crimson Guard, and I did pick up two, so this is pretty cool. Looking forward to opening this one up, or both of them up. There's the wave that comes with. To be honest, I don't know if I'm going to be trying to get the original 13. I grew up with the vintage figures, but I never really had the original 13. Sticking with Hasbro for the next, figures, and sticking with GI Joe, I have the Cobra Royal Guard. I already have one, but you need at least two, right? So had this on pre-order, and when I was at Target one time, saw there was a bunch, so I picked up another one. And with all the accessories, you can have different versions. So yep, another Royal Guard. Here's the back. So looks pretty good. Now they just need to hurry up and make Globulus. Moving over to Marvel, this figure was released. I missed out on her, and then she was re-released, and so I pre-ordered her, and I made sure I did not miss out. So we have Carol Danvers, or Marvel's Warbird. So she looks awesome. Here's the back. So definitely stoked that I was able to add her, to the Marvel collection. And then another figure, again, that I originally passed up on, and they re-released her. I didn't want to pass up on her because I kind of regretted it. And that is Power Princess from Squadron Supreme. I do not have the rest of that team, but I just wanted this figure. She looks awesome. She would, look pretty cool doing, fantasy type photography, with her sword and shield. And I know she's kind of like Marvel's knockoff of Wonder Woman, but still glad, that I was able to score this one. Okay, the next figure from Deadpool and Wolverine. Right now, the only figure I pre-ordered. If I see the other figures, I might pick them up if I see them out in Target, Walmart, or whatever. But I felt like I had to get X23. She looks pretty cool. Uh, I don't have this version of X23. I do have for other comic book versions. So there's the rest of the wave. Uh, if I'm going to pick up anybody else, it's basically the two different Wolverines, maybe Blade. I don't know yet. Um, I don't think I'm going to pick up the Cowboy Deadpool or Xavier's sister, but yeah, definitely glad I have her. And then one more for the X team. I had to get this 2-pack Colossus and Kitty Pryde or Shadowcat. I have the earlier version of this Kitty Pryde. Um, I think they updated the body, which would greatly improve her. And I don't have the astonishing version of Colossus. I think this is the first one. I have his older versions, and I think in my one X-Men display, I'm using a Diamond Select Colossus because he's huge, and he definitely works in that display. Um, I might throw a picture of it somewhere around here, but yeah, I thought this 2-pack was awesome, so I had to get it. I don't think I'm gonna, do the astonishing X-Men team. I wasn't really into comics at that time. Staying with Hasbro for two more figures. This time, Star Wars. Uh, this figure I originally passed up on again because it's like I already have the figure. Why do I need to get an updated one? But the face printing looks awesome. I think the articulation is somewhat updated, so I already got most of the core group. So I needed this one to kind of round it out, and it would be the Scoundrel, the fuzzy looking nerf herder, Han Solo. I do have Chewie, Leia, and Luke, so needed to pretty much round off the team. Hasbro, I know you're not going to watch this, but you need to do an updated A New Hope Obi-Wan Kenobi. The other figure from Star Wars is from the new Mandalorian and Grogu movie, and that would be Colonel Ward, Sigourney Weaver. Uh, I mean, she's an X-wing pilot, and it's not like we have a ton of those. And I have to say, I'm not too thrilled about the face. I don't quite think it looks like Sigourney Weaver, but if you kind of turn to a side or whatever, then you can kind of see it a little bit more. So I will most likely display her with the helmet on. But here's the back, and then there's the side. But yeah, I'm hyped for the movie. Can't wait till it comes out. So I do have a couple of the remnant stormtroopers. Again, I don't think I'm going to get this whole wave, but had to get this one. Now, the next brand is Street Fighter. The first one's from Storm Arena, and this guy's kind of more of like a joke character, but I have this poster of Street Fighter. Maybe I'll put it here or something, and I would like to try and kind of you know get all the figures that are in this poster, but I really don't think the characters that most of the characters that are on the left side are going to be produced, but you never know. Um, but this figure is Dan from Storm Arena. Again, like I said, he's more of like, I don't know, a joke type character, but you still gotta have them, since they made them. The next two are from Jada Toys, and these two, the boxes, the packaging's pretty big. First one is from Japan. That would be E Honda. So this guy is huge. The box is huge. Here's the back. So, here's the lineup. But yeah, this guy was fun to play. And the last one from Jada is Balrog. He was the one that I was waiting for to be released so I could ship my pile of loot. So basically the last two figures that Jada needs to release is T-Hawk and Zangief. Where'd you go? Right here. So Zangief and T-Hawk. I don't know if they're gonna do the secret character. Uh, he was never on display at San Diego Comic-Con or anytime Jedi Toys had these guys out. But yeah, here's Mike Tyson. I mean, Terry Balrog. Definitely looking forward to this movie. It looks fun. It doesn't look like it's going to be too serious. I hope that it does a better job than the 90s version. I mean, there are some cool things in the 90s version, but just how most of those characters were treated was horrible. But yeah, it looks fun, and looking forward to 50 Cent, see what his version of Balrog looks like. But yeah, hyped for the movie, and definitely hyped to have these two Street Fighter characters. And I'll be right back. Well, this is the haul, and it's pretty big. Can't quite fit it all on the screen. I know the Crimson Guards are somewhat being covered up, but you can kind of see them over here, see them, or one of them right there. But yeah, uh, this is pretty much the haul. I will probably do unboxings like as a group, like the Street Fighters. I will probably group them together and unbox them in a video. Same with the Marvel characters and uh, the Star Wars figures, because I have quite a few of them that still are in box, and I would like to get to them pretty soon. But definitely looking forward to checking out the Street Fighter figures. Uh, Definitely hyped, because the Balrog and E Honda, they're big figures, and I want to see, the articulation in those figures compared to some of the others. Um, I don't think any of the other figures were quite that big. Blanca was somewhat big, but not as big as these guys. Superman, I will probably leave it in the box because, again, it's Christopher Reeve, and the presentation in the box looks really good. He'll be a nice addition to my DC figures and such. But I think that's going to do it for this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments, did you pick up any of these figures? Which ones are you looking forward to? Are you looking forward to the Street Fighter movie or the Mandalorian and Grogu movie? Are you looking forward to the new Spider-Man movie, where I think some X-Men characters are going to be in there because they were hinted in one of the trailers? But yeah, Simo says, be awesome to one another, collect what you like. Until the next video, I'll see you next time.